Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em.
And I'm Will.
And we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee
or a little wine and let's talk literature. Cosmo mocktail.
You love it.
I love it so much.
You love it.
I think
I'm just drinking water.
I think it's better watered down than the Orig.
It definitely is, because I feel like cranberry is very bitter.
Tart. Very tart.
Tart. I like that word.
Thanks.
I'm training for a new job, and it's in a restaurant, and during the training that I went to yesterday, they had us sampling desserts, and one of them was like this, like almost like a souffle with like a pudding and like a whipped cream and like a truffle. Delicious, absolutely stupendous. But the whipped cream that's on top was made with like a sour cream thing, which was so good. Like, it was absolutely delicious. And you saying tart instead of bitter just made me think of it, that like they literally spent like a half hour talking about what word to use to customers instead of saying sour.
Yeah,
because sour sounds disgusting
bad,
as
right?
a dessert. And I just found it so interesting, like the behind the scenes of like, they never figured it out, like what to tell customers. And I was like, just say it's a sour cream, whipped cream. Like, are you kidding?
Or you could say it's like a savory whipped cream as well, right?
Oh, that kind of sounds scary.
I don't know. I don't work in the restaurant biz, so I don't know.
Me neither. Well, I do actually, but this is fine dining, so.
Okay, below deck.
Yeah.
Okay, yachty.
I'm a yacht chef now. What if I just like disappeared for like a week and I was like, I'm auditioning for this job, like, oh, it's no big deal, and I came back and I was like, I'm a chief stew.
I'm actually going to the Mediterranean, and I will be on a yacht for 6 weeks. Thank you.
So I'm going to have to quit the podcast. I'm actually a captain on a yacht in the Med.
I'm a yachty.
They needed a bosun, and my credentials fit the job role. I'm not green.
You're the bosun, and I'm the third deckhand.
Yes,
Sad.
perfect.
Sad.
If I'm the bosun, the ship is going down.
Let them.
Let it.
Okay, Mel Robbins.
Just let them. It's fine.
I
Let them
actually
call
do-
it a sour whipped cream.
I do want to read that book.
So
The
I've
Let
heard
Them
like
theory.
mixed things. Like, I also would like to, but I've heard people call her like a cult leader. Like, they're like, she's saying like, because not like actually a cult leader, but people are like, she is saying the most basic shit in the world, and people are like, holy shit. Like, let them. I said it to Zach, like, when I first like heard about it, I will be honest, I was really enthralled by the let them theory, and I was telling him about it, and he's like, that literally just sounds like common sense, like maturing. I'm like, okay, maybe it does.
But maybe that's what you need, though, is someone
Maybe
to just
I needed it.
just like tell you, like, in words.
Just let them.
Just let them. You know?
Like, I see what she meant.
Because a lot of people probably do assume it's common sense, but like, I don't know. She's
Maybe
obviously
not all of us are that advanced.
She's obviously doing something for people. Like, people are
right.
signing up. I mean, my mom sends me a Mel Robbins TikTok probably every day, so my mom's hooked. So
she's a cult member. She's
is.
joined the cult.
She's a Robin, that's for sure.
She's a Robin.
she's
a Robin. God bless her. She's a Robin.
If you're listening, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Well, how are you? Any updates to give?
As of late, I went to Massachusetts for the holiday weekend. Very unplugged, very much away from everything, away from the craziness of this world,
fantastic.
Which is a privilege, I know, but I just needed to be unplugged for a weekend.
You deserved it.
Did some kayaking, did some paddleboarding, did some boating, swam in a lake. It was beautiful. Read my book. So amazing. Finally, so I'm really in a pickle, guys, because I'm still reading Beartown. by Frederick Bachman. I think I said this maybe 2 episodes ago at this point, that I was afraid that I will be reading Beartown and My Friends back to back. But I was like, oh, I'll be finished Beartown.
Here we are.
I'm not. I'm still reading it, and I'm going to have to read My Friends right after it because we're recording that episode next week. So
I know, I didn't even start it yet.
Yeah, I have to get on that. It finally took a turn. Like, it finally... I will tell you, it probably took 45% in for something to happen for me. And the thing happened, and then I still put it down for a little bit. And then I just picked it up today on my lunch break at work, and I'm eating it up. I want to read it.
Oh, love that.
Like, I'm like, okay, I finally kind of see this appeal, and I see where it's going, and I'm really excited to finish it. I posted many TikToks, and people were like, stick with it, you have to stick with it. And I was like, I'm trusting you guys, but it has taken me a while to read this book. So it will get done. It will be done. It has to be done by next episode, because I will be also reading My Friends within the next 2 episodes. So
yeah,
has to be done. Since it did take a turn, I am really excited to finish it out. I'm starting to see the appeal, so I have hope. And I hope that this was just like a little lull. It was the holiday. Yeah. I don't know. I'm making excuses, but I was expecting to be done it by now, and I'm not. So I also have been posting reviews on my TikTok, and I did get a comment today because I haven't posted a review for it yet, that someone said, "Did you DNF Beartown?" I was like, "No, I'm just really slow. I'm just
Wait, but
really
like you
slow
have
with
fans.
They're keeping up, guys. You guys are keeping up.
You have fans.
Keep me on my toes. Thank you. Thank you.
Keep me young. You guys keep me young.
Seriously.
Well, that discussion kind of leads us into the topic of today. Real quick, my little reading update. I am like 50 pages from being done. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I am literally stretching this for as long as it can go because I love it so much and I don't want it to end. But I also really want to know what happens. So I'm likely finishing it tonight. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow I will be done. It's fantastic. Like 6 stars, truthfully.
I was just going to ask. 6 stars? Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Love that.
I mean, that could change depending on how she ends this, but I'm going to go with a 6-star read. It's fantastic. And I love it. And I want everybody in the world to read it so we can all talk about it because it is so good. Enough of that. Let's jump into what we're talking about today, which is the very controversial topic of DNFing books.
Very controversial. Very.
Yeah. If you're unfamiliar with the term DNF, it stands for did not finish. I was about to say do not resuscitate. Tell me why I was about to say do not resuscitate.
Well, I mean, you are putting the book to bed.
Kind of the same thing.
So you kind of are.
It's kind of the same thing, yeah.
It's actually funny. I got a TikTok comment on one of my TikToks that said, "Oh, it means do not finish. I always thought it meant did not fuck with."
You know what? Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it means.
It does. I said it does. It does.
Did not fuck. This book did not fuck.
Did not fuck. Sorry.
Not even add the with. It just did not fuck.
Did not fuck.
This book did not fuck.
Does not fuck.
I like that.
Does not fuck. Yeah, this book does not fuck.
It does not fuck. For sure. Like, verified, it does not.
Does not.
No, but it does mean did not finish. And there's people who feel very passionately on both ends of the spectrum whether or not you should DNF books. I used to be, because of my slight and slightly jarring perfectionism that I've always had, I was an avid not DNFer. Those were not the correct words to put in a sentence together, but it's fine.
No, but I got
You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You got what I'm saying. Thank you. You got me. But in the past 2 or so years, I've definitely become somebody who is more okay with DNFing books. How do you feel, Will? What's your policy?
So I have DNF'd books before. It's very few and far between. I'm still in that state of I need to finish a book if I start it. Because people always argue that if you waste your time reading a book you don't want to read. You're taking time away from reading books you do want to read. Valid. But I'm still seeing the other side of I spent all this time reading this book, and that's time wasted. So I feel like that's the chicken or the egg here.
It seriously is. Like,
it's like, okay, you either
which one's
DNF
worse?
the book. Yeah, exactly. You DNF the book, and that's time wasted that you spent on that book, or it's time gained reading a book that you actually like.
Exactly. It's
tough.
It's kind of like glass half full, glass half empty.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
And I think I'm in the glass half empty. It's just
all about how you look at it.
I'm in the glass half empty.
And that's all right.
State of things.
That's all right. I'm not like an avid DNFer. I also feel like I don't consider it a DNF if I'm less than like 10% in, if that makes sense. Like if I'm like 20 pages in and I'm like, you know what, this isn't for me, that's not a DNF. That's just I didn't read it.
Yeah, like I tried, but not
I tried it. It's not for me. Like I knew it wasn't for me right now. Exactly. But I do have a few books on my list that are like hard DNFs.
Agreed.
That I can share with you guys today, if you're curious.
If you're curious, there's also I have one soft DNF that I knew that it wasn't the right time to read it, so I decided to wait until it was a good time to read it. So that's only one of them, and then I have a few hard DNFs that I probably I might have two and two. Actually.
I think I'm going to decide as I go which ones are which.
Okay, that's valid. I
have 6 to discuss.
Okay. I have 4.
Okay.
And then I have a couple other categories I want to go into as well.
Okay. All right. My first one that I DNF'd is my most recent DNF, and that is Mary by Nat Cassidy. This is a horror novel, and it's basically marketed as what would Carrie by Stephen King look like if Carrie was a middle-aged woman going through menopause. I was interested.
What a premise.
I love the story. Yeah, I love the story of Carrie. I always found it interesting. And I like the feminist background to it. So, like the interpretations that people make and like the spin-offs that people make and stuff like that. So I thought it would be great. I was about 10% in and I was a little bit confused because it wasn't clicking at all. And then I discovered that the author is a man.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I'm still going to read it. I just am a little bit surprised that a man decided to write Carrie as a middle-aged woman going through menopause. But we're going to rock with it and see what happens. And you know what? I'm going to be so frank with you. I don't think he should have done this because it was not good. I DNF'd it at 30% because I felt like the character was like reading like instructions on how to put together a desk. Like it was the most boring thing ever. Like she was so annoying and she was childish. Like it just sucked. I really, really didn't like it. It had a great premise to it, but it just wasn't good. So that's the reason I DNF'd it, mainly because I couldn't relate to the character.
Valid. Completely
and
valid.
the writing structure and stuff was just not for me.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting that it's from a man. But, I mean, hey.
Why would a man be there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't in the room where it happened. So, like.
No, he wasn't. And that's for sure. That's for sure.
Stay in your lane.
Anyways.
So that is a hard DNF. You're never going to go back to that?
Oh, yeah. No. I'm not going back to that one.
Okay.
I was struggling through the first 30% too. Like I was like crawling on glass on my hands and knees.
Wow. I'm so sorry you went through that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think, so now that I'm looking at my list, I also thought of a book as you were talking. So now I have 5.
Okay.
These all potentially could be soft DNFs. Like I could see myself trying to pick them up in the future, but since I DNF'd, there's a few of these that since I DNF'd them, I don't think I would like prioritize reading them. Like I don't see a world where I put these in front of a book that I haven't tried reading yet, you know?
Yes.
But that's not to say that like in the future, maybe it's my time to read it, you know? So I'm gonna call all of these soft DNFs.
Okay.
Because none of these really like offended me, you know? Like I wasn't offended. I wasn't like completely turned away by them.
Like
you know?
miserable reading it, yeah.
Right. They were just like either the writing style or just the plot wasn't my vibe. I don't know. Wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
That's valid.
So the first one I want to talk about, which is a very controversial book, which I think M also DNF'd, and then she's probably going to talk about it potentially, is The Only One Left by Riley Sager.
Yeah, that was my next one, so we can just discuss together.
Yeah. I am a fan of Riley Sager, I think. Because
yeah, I'm not too sure.
There was one book by him that I loved, but not a lot of people liked it.
It was the only one that we like. Well, to be fair, I've only read that one and this one, so like I can't really speak on it too much.
Yeah.
But that one was like so out of left field for me that I found it interesting. Like as
Agreed.
We're both pretty avid like thriller readers,
Yeah.
so I felt like to make it so like far-fetched, and not far-fetched, that's not like the right word, but like to make it so out there and different was something that was really intriguing for both of us. Whereas this one, the writing style for me was just so juvenile sounding. That's why I stopped it.
Oh, the other book we're talking about is The House Across the Lake.
Yeah, that one's great.
That one's great. But if you ask your average
anyone
book
else
talk person, they hate the book. They hate it. They hate how
and they all love The Only One Left.
Yes. I thought this book was trying to do way too much. Much.
Agreed.
And I also thought that the characterization was a bit juvenile as well. I thought it was like very tacky, very surface level.
I remember thinking that like the dialogue felt very forced and juvenile and like unrealistic.
Yes. I did like the setting. It had a nice eerie setting, and it was creepy. It's just like, no, I just
put myself through it.
I couldn't. No, I think
Understood.
I got like 2/3 of the way through it as well.
Oh my God! Wow, you got far. I didn't get that far. I got maybe 20%.
Yeah, I got a decent bit through it, and then I'm glad I didn't finish it because I hear that it just went like in 60 different directions, and then. Yeah. None of them were ever like resolved, but people
like a lot of plot holes.
Exactly, but people loved that aspect of it, so I guess it's to each their own.
To each their own, for sure. I have another one on this list that I'm not sure if you have written down, but I know that you DNF'd it as well. The Long Walk by Stephen King.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, so we had this originally as one of our book club picks.
Yeah.
I don't know, 8 months ago.
That's some lore. That's some LTL lore right there.
Yeah, no, it is some lore.
Because this was before we did Fable. So me and M decided the books that we were going to read, and we were like, "Oh, this is like a spooky book. Like this is perfect." I don't know why we picked. It
was
The
in
Long
spooky
Walk.
season. Like we were like, "Oh, let's do a Stephen King. Like this one sounds interesting."
And I think it was like it was shorter. I think it was because it was shorter. That's why we picked it. I want to hear your thoughts first, and then I'll say.
Well, so I was just going to say, while we were reading it, I was intrigued enough where I could have kept going and I could have finished it. I didn't hate this book, but I also was like really unsettled in a not good way, which I guess is like typical for Stephen King books, but just, I don't know, something about it was just a little bit not right in my mind.
I thought it was way over-sexualized, in my opinion.
Yes, you're reminding me now that it was. Like, oh my God. Okay, now I'm remembering, like, all this stuff. I remember being down the shore working, actually, and reading this on my Kindle and being like, what the hell? And to make matters even worse, it is being made into a movie right now.
Yeah, so that's why I'm curious to actually pick it back up. And I might.
Yeah, this one's a soft DNF for me because I think I would like to finish it just to see what happens so I can be prepared because I will watch it.
Because I've also heard with this book, people say it is crazy. Like, it goes off the rails. So,
and it didn't feel that way. Like, we read probably about 50%.
Yeah. And then we were both collectively like, I don't think we should do this for a book club. Like,
I was like, what the hell are we going to talk about?
We cannot. Yeah, I think that was our problem. We just didn't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we pivoted to. I might have been The Haunting of Hill House, I think, potentially.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
Because I think we wanted to do another, like, spooky book. So.
Oh, this is, like, making me wish it was fall so bad right now.
We're getting there. Isn't it funny, though? Isn't it funny, though, that, like, when you're in a season, you're always wanting to be in a different season.
And isn't that just a metaphor for life?
It is. It's always like you're reaching for something in the future.
Like, I just want it to be summer. I just want the warm weather. And now I'm like, I just want spooky season.
Like, be in the present, because you're going to be in winter. You're going to be in winter going, I can't wait to be going down the shore and the warm weather.
I know.
So
this summer's beating my ass, though. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I agree. My car having no AC.
I'm not going to lie.
My car having no
awful.
AC is...
That's criminal.
Actually, yeah. I know, like... So, my AC has been broken for 4 years now. And every summer, I'm like, this is the last summer. I'm getting a new car. Great. Then
we'll see you next summer in that same car.
Exactly. If it's gonna stand on 4 wheels, I'm gonna keep it.
I'm gonna ride it.
I'm gonna keep it, because I could have gotten it fixed 4 years ago, but I was like, oh, I'll just get a new car. But then at the end of summer, I survived. I'm just gonna wait again. I'll get a new car by the next summer.
It's
and then
valid though.
It's just a cycle. I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. Like, I get it.
It's gonna get to a point where like I'm gonna be forced to get a new car. And it's like,
yeah,
I probably should do it while like I still have the car, so like
while you still have like a little bit of value to it too.
Oh no, there's no value to that piece of shit.
Okay, got it.
No, there's no. I'm just saying in terms of like having like getting the car that I want to get for my next car, you know,
and like having the luxury of time to like pick something.
Yes, test drive.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, exactly. My next book, I tried reading this a while ago. This was like pre-book talk Will, pre-Will trying to get into reading recently. This was when Will was reading way back.
Okay.
This is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I DNF'd this because I thought that the motives of all of the characters were so unbelievably stupid. Like, I just could not fathom why there were certain decisions made creatively with characters that I was just like, this is stupid. I don't want to read this anymore.
That's so understandable. I hate that feeling.
And then, come to find out, there's 2 more books in the series. So what happens? What happens? Because clearly by the title, they both die. So
clearly,
like, is it a new set of characters?
What's going on?
Like, so the only thing that I'm like, okay, potentially I'll go back to read this is because it is an LGBTQ plus book, and I don't think I was out at the time that I tried to read this.
You want some more in your collection? I get that.
So I think I would appreciate it more.
It's just at what cost?
I think I would appreciate it more now. But I also thought too that it was very YA, even though it was centered around a very grim topic. So. Yeah. I don't know if I'll pick it back up. I'll still consider it a soft DNF, but it's like, it's
leaning.
It's leaning. Yeah. It's leaning.
That's valid. My next DNF is What I Ate in 1 Year by Stanley Tucci.
Valid. I should have.
Let's see if we can get through one episode without talking about this stupid fucking book.
Stanley Tucci's gonna haunt my dreams.
He owns property in my brain because we talk about this every episode. I'm not sure how it always comes up, but he always manages to wiggle his way into our conversations, and I'm sick of it, so I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. I just didn't like this book, and Stanley Tucci pissed me off. His little attitude. Next.
All right. So these next 2 books are the softest DNFs of all time.
Okay.
Softest DNFs. This next book, I DNF'd it because it was wrong place, wrong time. I had read a book by the same author right before this book, and I said, oh, I'm loving this. Let me just read the next. It's not a series. It's not like a trilogy or anything.
No.
It's just another book by this author. And I said, I'm not appreciating this enough. Let's read it a different time. I still haven't read it. It is up on my priority list for reading books, for books to be read. And that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller.
I know it.
I think I got 50% through. And
What?
I got a decent bit in, and I said, you know what?
I didn't know that.
I'm not going to appreciate this enough, and I put it down.
Round of applause for knowing your limits, King.
I know. So, because I knew what that book had in store. I knew what was going to, not what was going to happen, but just like I knew that it was a gut punch, and I wasn't ready for a gut punch. I had just read Cersei before that, and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. And I also didn't want to have comparison between the two. So,
Yeah.
and I also think I would appreciate it more now, considering where I am in my life.
Absolutely.
So, that book will be read by
And I'm happy you made that choice. This is a good choice.
The book will be read by the end of the year.
Fantastic.
Mark my words.
Can't wait for it. I cannot wait.
Mark my words.
My next one is Powerless by Lauren Roberts.
Ooh, that's juicy.
Yeah, a little bit. This one's like a very, very, very popular romantasy that blew up on social media like this past February, I want to say. Wait, no, 2 Februaries ago. I'm sorry. Wow, time's really flying. Yeah, when I was working at Barnes & Noble, so 2 Februaries ago it came out. I didn't like this book. I really, really didn't like this book. I didn't like the writing style. The enemies to lovers, I liked for like a hot second. Like the tension was there and I enjoyed it. And then it just started getting a little bit weird and I couldn't get myself to believe anything, if that makes any sense. Like the magic system just wasn't doing it for me. The world felt so underdeveloped. Like nothing I hate more than a fantasy with an underdeveloped world.
Yep, that's the whole
where
point of a fantasy.
Don't believe,
I feel like.
Yeah, like where I don't believe that like this actually exists somewhere in the universe.
Yeah.
Like I want to convince myself that this is a real place, and I couldn't do it, so I DNF'd it, and I don't regret it. It wasn't for me, unfortunately, and that's it.
That's valid. That's valid.
Thank you.
That's your opinion. My last one is a bit controversial.
Okay.
It is a soft DNF, considering what I've read this year so far.
Okay.
And that, my friends, is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I DNF'd this
that one coming
very early on. So early on. Because I could not get into Rooney's writing style. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. I tried to read this as one of the first books to get me back into reading during my reading journey. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Big mistake.
You remember that meme? Big mistake.
I do. The steak with the purse. Yeah.
Yes.
How could I
You should put that clip in here.
I will. High mistake.
High mistake. Yeah, I don't think it was the right time for me to read that. I've read 2 Sally Rooney books since then. I've loved one and I hated the other. So, I think I'm appreciating her work more now, and I think I should be reading that in time.
Okay. I respect that, and I am very eager to hear your thoughts because I didn't like either of the Sally Rooney books that we both read, but I love Normal People. So
interesting.
Very intrigued to see.
Very interesting.
All right, my last one is also a controversial one. The people who love her. They will lay down their lives for this woman, and I think that's a little scary, but that's okay. She's also problematic. We don't really like to talk about this author. It's not Colleen Hoover, don't worry. It is Sarah J. Maas. She's a bit problematic.
Is it the last book in ACOTAR?
No, I actually just never started that, nor do I think I will.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just so far gone from it that I don't care.
Yeah.
This is actually Crescent City. So
ooh, okay.
I started this 2-3 years ago. I started it and I just did not like it. I didn't like it. It felt weird to me having fantasy mixed with like modern elements like phones and cars and whatnot, and I just wasn't at like I read this like fresh off of ACOTAR, and ACOTAR is such a different vibe. Like it is true like fantasy, like not any like electronics. So I just like didn't. Yeah, like they have phones and shit, like computers, and it's like they live in a city and they're like animals. Like it's basically Zootopia fan fiction.
Oh.
Yeah. So this sort of is a soft DNF leaning towards a hard DNF. I don't really like to talk about or like promote Sarah J. Maas's work. I think she has a lot of controversial choices in the way that she markets her books. We're not going to get into that today. But I also know a lot of people have issues, like a lot of people of color have issues with the way that she writes diverse characters, and I just don't see myself jumping back into any of her books ever again. So I don't know. Right now it's a hard DNF. Things could change and maybe I could want to pick it back up just to like see how I feel about it, but I probably won't really want to talk about it on social media because I don't really want to give a platform to somebody who already has a really big platform and who isn't really the best person. Yeah. So that's my piece on Crescent City. I actually got bullied to death when I worked at Barnes & Noble. I worked the midnight release party for the third or fourth, whichever the most recent releases in that series, and I was the only one who worked there who like hadn't read Crescent City, who worked that night, and all of the people who showed up for the midnight release were like, "Oh, have you read it?" And I made the mistake of telling one group of girls that I started it and I DNF'd it because I didn't like it. They told everybody, and I swear I thought I was being dragged. I thought I would have been dragged out of that Barnes & Noble on a pitchfork, like my head on a spike. I was terrified for my life because when I tell you that these bitches ride for SJM, they ride for SJM. Like,
you're so strong. You're so strong.
I was terrified. The only saving grace was that I was the one in control of handing them their new book. Okay.
Oh yeah. So if you're gonna come and attack me, you're not getting your book, honey. All right.
You're not getting your Zootopia book. Sorry. So
that's anyways, a crazy analogy.
Yeah, it is.
Zootopia fan fiction. That's crazy.
I believe that she said that she was inspired by it.
Oh wow. That's just which no
I
comment.
Kind of respect a little bit because I do love Zootopia.
Zootopia is great, but I wouldn't make a fan fiction out of it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you honestly might be better off just not reading SJM anymore. I mean, I'm not planning to go back to her books either. Like, I heard the third book in the series is great, but every time I have, like, the opportunity to read it, I just go and read something else. And I also, like, don't want to get into the third book, and then I'm, like, midway through, and I'm like, damn, why did I even read this anyway? Like, I don't know if I'm, like, I might be so far removed from the world at this point that I'm like, okay, let's put it to rest. Because there are some books that I should have DNF'd when I read them, and I didn't, and then I regret it. And then there's also books that I didn't DNF, and I'm so glad that I didn't because it ended up turning the corner. And I do have a list of both that I can just run through real quick, rapid fire, because I want to just kind of reflect. And maybe, decide, like, if I should be DNFing more books or if I am, like, good to be more strict with not, Yeah,
understood.
So, a couple books that I should have DNF'd. There are 2 from our book club, unfortunately. And those are Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. I read it because we had to. That is all.
I would have stopped that immediately.
Also Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. That was just hard to read. It was really hard to read. I felt it was so pretentious, and then it just never turned around for me. Never turned around. The other books I have on this list are The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I thought that was one of the worst books I've ever read. And this was during a time where I was like, I love The Silent Patient. I love Alex Michaelides. And then I read that book and I said, oh, do I?
Never mind.
And then I read The Fury and I was like, ooh, maybe I don't. So I don't know if I'm reading any more of his books or not. I still have to decide. I also recently read Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman.
Oh my God. I DNF'd that. I forgot to include that.
Horrible. It was horrible. Good thing you DNF'd it. Actually horrible. Probably, I'm saying this confidently, probably the worst book I've ever come across. I'm not even lying. Don't read it. And then the last one I have on there is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This is another book that It's by Riley Sager that I hated. Absolutely hated. I thought that the motives of the character was stupid and unrealistic.
Yeah.
So I was angry after finishing all those books. But then my mind's like, I've read books that I didn't DNF, and it was worth it. Those are The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Very hard language to tap into. Very hard writing style to tap into. But once you're immersed, it was unreal. Unreal.
That's how I felt about Pride and Prejudice. Like, it's
Yeah.
definitely like it's different. Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
a different writing style. But once I'm in it, I love that book.
I think that's with a lot of classics as well. Like, once you just get used to the style of writing and you understand it, then you're in it. Then you're good.
Yeah.
Next I have is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I tried reading this a long time ago. I think it was just when I realized I had anxiety and I saw a book that was called Anxious People, and I was like, ooh, this will be fun. I tried to read the first few pages, and his writing style is so unique that, like, it's almost, like, off-putting. Like, whoa, what are we doing here? So I put it down. And then we ended up reading it for me and Em's personal book club and adored it. Absolutely adored it.
So good. It was so good.
Last one I have is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. This book reads like a classic. But once you get into it, it doesn't feel like one anymore. And it's truly one of the best books I've ever read.
I love that so much.
So those are 3 books that I was like on the fence of DNFing or had soft DNF'd, and then I went back to them and it was well worth it. But now I'm saying, what should I do more of in the future? I probably should just DNF more in the future, because my list of should have DNF'd versus that I didn't and it was worth it, there's more in the should have DNF'd. So I really should give myself more grace to be open to DNFing more.
Well, if you're anything like Will and you're having this predicament as well, lucky you, because we put together a little checklist of things that should be a red flag for you. And
Emily,
if any of these are happening, what?
The segue. Amazing.
Was it good?
That was so good. Oh my God. Look at you.
Thank you. I would say if 2 of these are happening, DNF it, babe. Leave it behind.
Yeah.
So we have written down, no character connections are happening. Immediate red flag. The writing style itself is wrong for you. It feels choppy, inconsistent, or just like too much. I hate to say too much work, because reading is mental, but too much work to stick with.
Yeah.
That's a big one. If major triggers are happening without any warning, or it's just something that you cannot read, immediately put it down. Like, if you're somebody who knows you cannot read a book where an animal dies and it happens, it's gone. Put the book down. It didn't exist.
Forget about it.
And the last one we have is, if you put the book down and nothing draws you back to it, that is a major red flag. So I would say, aside from the trigger warning one, if one of those is happening, flags are up. If 2 is happening, DNF it.
DNF it, babe.
DNF it, babe.
Do we have ways to prevent DNFing as a checklist?
Thank you for asking. We do have ways that you can try your best to prevent a DNF happening. And here are some ways. First, picking your TBR based off of what you want to read rather than what is trending. I made this mistake with Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I saw it trending and I wanted to be a part of the bandwagon, and it wasn't for me. And that's fine. Use social media to help influence what you read. If you see a book influencer who you have a very similar taste of reading to, and you see a book that you're interested in, check what they thought if they read it. That is a great way for you to check if this book is something that you would like or not. We also very strongly encourage you not to make a super strict and strong TBR, whether you're making a TBR for the year, for the month, however long. It puts a lot of pressure on reading, and it kind of takes away the fun and the passion behind reading. It makes you more focused on like numbers and hitting a goal rather than enjoying a book. And I think you're just much more likely to like burn out and want to DNF a book because you're forcing yourself to just pick up so many books in a row. So I think that slowing your roll and lowering your expectations is very, very huge for this. And also, finally, something so simple, in order to prevent the possibility of DNFing, I think it's important to read a little bit of the book before you commit to it. So before I even add what I'm reading to my Goodreads, my Fable, everything where I track my reading, I'll read like maybe 10% of it just to make sure it's something that I want to stick with. Because if I was telling you all the books that I stopped reading at 10%, we'd be here all day. Because I put down so many books.
Yep.
Because I'm just like, right off the rip, I know this isn't for me.
Yep. Because I feel like you get
a
good idea of the writing style right off the bat.
Yeah. Immediately. Yeah. And like, if you already put it in your Goodreads, you already write it down that you started it, you're like, fuck, I don't want to delete it now.
You'd be like, just kidding, you know?
It just like, it makes you feel worse. So I think hold off on tracking it until you get like 5 to 10% in and you know that you like it, because the pressure is not there. So you truly are just going with what you enjoy.
I think too, most people are mood readers. And I think you should follow your intuition with that and follow your gut. There have been times where I've made strict TBRs and haven't read a single book on the TBR. And you know what I did as a big dummy? Posted a TikTok saying, this is my TBR for the month. So people were expecting reviews for these books. And I didn't read a single one. Didn't read a single one.
Been there multiple times. So you are not alone. If you're listening to this and you're relating to this, you are not alone, babe. So I guess that wraps up today's episode on all things DNFing. The controversy, what books we DNF'd, a little checklist for you. Yeah. So thank you for spending your Friday with us. This was a fun little ramble episode.
And as a reflection of today's episode, I want you guys to put in the comments below if you're a glass half full or a glass half empty kind of person when it comes to DNFing. Whether you are the type of person who sees DNFing as wasted time or as time opened for other books to read. Because I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see that.
What more people fall into.
Exactly. And also, comment below if you're loving the podcast. And even more so, give us a little 5-star rating and a review, because we really appreciate that. And it helps us get noticed by other viewers like you and gets us some growth so that we can grow and prosper and be the best version of ourselves.
Exactly.
So that'd be amazing.
Make sure you're following us on all of our social medias, which are always linked down below. YouTube, Spotify, obviously that is where our episodes are released every week, but we're also on Instagram and TikTok, and we are trying our best to be active on all of those. We are trying our absolute best, but also our personals are linked in there as well. And we are both very active on social media, specifically on TikTok, on our personal accounts. So go give us a follow, keep up with what we're reading, and we'll keep up with what you're reading, and we can chat about it. And I guess that wraps it up for today. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next Friday for another episode of
Let's Talk Literature. Bye.